It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Giants and the Browns, and it comes your way next.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. He hit pay dirt so many times we almost lost track. Every time we turned around, he was in the end zone.
And those weren't all just 1-yard plunges either, partner. I mean, he ripped off a few long jaunts as well.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 119 yards, and the score.
Well, he's the #2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to #1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Barkley, a first down and more. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. KJ Hamler returning it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go!
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offense.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second.
After review of play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On play action, Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A first down carry for Barkley. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 31. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Yeah, the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run here with Akers. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Come on, guys, Cam Akers with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Isaiah Simmons charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. So we come upon halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon in charge.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. Gotta keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on. They'll run on first down with Akers. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Ronnie Harrison that time able to make the tackle. 2nd and 8. A handoff to Barkley. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Akers. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Cam Akers with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Going to run again here with Pollard. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Giants are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Cleveland offense making their way out. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Lawrence's throw taken in by Chark. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. DJ Chark, 76 yards. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Oh, man, can't do that.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Finding room to the 20. He's still on his feet, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Hamler now to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But there
he goes right side. He's at the 30, 10, Touchdown, Browns. DJ Chark, 77 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On the give, this is Akers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a give to Barkley. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Giants have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Terry McLaurin. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game